Dear students, today let us see about CPU scheduling. What is CPU scheduling? CPU scheduling is a process which allows one process to use the CPU while the execution of another process is on hold, that is waiting state. The main advantages of CPU scheduling is to make the system efficient, fast and fair. Several types of CPU scheduling is available, but today let us see about two types of CPU scheduling. First one, first come first serve. Before that, we are going to see the sum section. In this sum section, they give 5 processes and then they give burst time, arrival time and priority. What is burst time? Burst time means the execution time of the process. Arrival time means at which time the process arrives. Each type of priority assigned to the process. Now we are moving to the scheduling. First we are going to see the first come first serve scheduling. As the name suggests, the process which arrives first get the execution first. It is the easiest and simplest CPU scheduling algorithm. Okay, now we are moving to the first come first scheduling. In this scheduling, first we draw the Gantt chart. In this chart, the process are placed based on the arrival time. In the 0th arrival time, the process P1 and P2 arrived. So, we first place the process P1 and then P2. P1 is burst time is 10 milliseconds. So, it executed up to 10 milliseconds. After that, P2 process executed. Its burst time is 6 minutes. So, 10 plus 6, 16. And then, first minute arrived P3 and P4. So, P3 process get executed third and P4 process executed fourth. Finally, the P5 process came in the second millisecond. Its execution time is 5 milliseconds. Now we completed the Gantt chart. Now we are going to find out the waiting time. Waiting time means waiting time minus arrival time. Waiting time we can calculate from the Gantt chart. P1 process arrives at the time of 0th millisecond. There is no waiting time. It immediately got executed. So its waiting time is 0 minus it subtracted to arrival time. Arrival time they already given in the sum. It is also 0. So 0 minus 0, 0. Again P2 process waiting time. P2 process waited up to 10 milliseconds because P1 process execution time is 10 milliseconds. After that only it got executed. So it is waiting time of P2 is 10. Subtracted to the arrival time of P2. Again it is 0. So 10 minus 0, 10. Again P3 waiting time 16, arrival time minus 1, so 15. P4 waiting time is 23 minus arrival time is 1 equal to 22. P5's waiting time is 27 minus its arrival time 2, so 25. Now we are going to find out the average waiting time. We calculate these values 0 plus 10, 15 plus 22 plus 25 divided by 5. Totally 72 by 5, 14 milliseconds we got. Next we are going to find out the turnaround time, that is BT plus WT. BT means burst time plus waiting time. Burst time already they given in the sum. We wrote the values. And the waiting time, now recently we find out the values, then we write and add that values, we can get the turnaround time. Now we are going to find out the average turnaround time. Average turnaround time, we add these values and divided by number of processor. Finally, we got the value 20.8 milliseconds.